Thanks for coming over. Ew. Are you wearing linen and wool together right now? Yeah, why? Seriously? Don't you know the frequency of those fabrics cancel each other out and negate any of the benefits of healing when they're worn together? Well, are you sure that blouse is silk and not viscose? Didn't you say you bought it at a thrift store and all the tags were removed? It crunched in my hand when I squeezed it. Anyways, I bet this is a Hemsa silk or piece silk, which is ethically produced. None of the sweet little worms were harmed in the process. Piece silk from Goodwill? Speaking of ethically produced, what about that diamond ring you're wearing? This? Oh, we didn't buy this. My husband found it when he was a little boy while he was playing in the mud. How fortunate. We both know better, so let's do better. Hey, thanks for coming over. I noticed when you guys came in that Magnolia had a little bit of a cold. Next time, if one of your kiddos is sick, would you mind letting me know ahead of time so I can make sure our immune systems are ready for the exposure? Well, actually, getting a cold allows your body to get rid of toxins, and if you don't allow that process to happen, you could end up with something worse. I'd be happy to give you a list of our daily immune support supplements that we take. It's clearly working for you guys. I think we'll stick with our regimen of fermented herbs and minerals. Well, between making my own toothpaste, deodorant, cleaning supplies, and everything else, and now I've started a side business of selling organic reusable cotton pads, who has time for keeping up and making ferments? We have been using organic Renew Life probiotics and we've been really happy with them. There's always time for ferments. And haven't you heard that Renew Life was bought by Clorox? Well, what kind of mascara are you wearing? Didn't you tell me you wore Burt's Bees? That was also bought by Clorox. Actually, I switched to Toops & Co. mascara. It's made with spring water, chamomile, and cinnamon bark extract. I'm glad you said something because I bought you some of their grass-fed beef tallow face balm. Your face is looking a little bit crusty. I'm so glad we finally got together. Oh, you buy your loose leaf tea? That genuinely surprises me. What do? I just responsibly wildcraft, forage, and organically grow herbs and mushrooms to make teas depending on my family's needs. That's cool. Are you guys still buying your milk? I'm telling you, getting a cow has been such a game changer for us and our health. I guess all that milking has kept you too busy to keep up with your kefir. I saw that bottle of Kavita in your bag. I have really embraced making so many different kinds of ferments for our family. Kombucha, kefir, beet kvass, June, sauerkraut, kimchi. Our gut health is impeccable. I know you were hoping to start making your kids' clothes this year, but I couldn't help but notice Rivers was wearing Carter's. It's their organic cotton line and I got it thrifted from the penny rack at St. Vincent. Speaking of Rivers, are you thinking of starting solids soon? What will you feed him? Well, I'm torn between liver pate or soft-boiled yolks from our pastured organic holistic herbally managed hens. What about you? I can't remember. Was that a picture of Ren eating store-bought purees as a baby? That's not fair. That's before I knew about Weston A. Price. We both know better, so let's do better. I'm so glad we could get together again. Oh, is that a Ziploc bag that you have? Oh, that? I've been using, washing, and reusing that bag for 2 years. It was given to me and I felt bad throwing it out, so I've extended its life. I wonder if all that polypropylene starts to break down with each wash and is now leaching into those organic raw cashews. It takes 1,000 years for a bag like that to degrade in a landfill. I just don't think it's affecting me yet. Anyway, I've been meaning to ask you, are you still taking your desiccated beef liver in capsules? Because we switched to taking our liver raw in our smoothies every morning and it's really not awful. Well, actually, I guess it is awful, if that's how you pronounce it. But I shouldn't talk to you about pronunciation because you're still saying kefir. It's kefir. Tell that to my Waldorf Montessori Reggio Unschooling Charlotte Mason homeschool group. Were you still wanting to be invited to that? Our #1 rule is that you honor, respect, and are kind to everyone. So how did you get in? Well, we both know better, so let's do better. Thanks for having me over. I wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed that soup that you brought to Forest Friends on Friday. I was wondering if you'd be willing to share the recipe. It is so easy. I just use organic sweet potatoes, organic tomatoes that I canned last summer, organic bone broth, oh, what brand bone broth do you use? I love Imagine, but I think that, I knew that was store-bought bone broth as soon as I tasted it. I was going to say that I think that was some that I made, but yeah, sometimes I buy organic bone broth. Anyway, Can you tell me again about how you guys use the same crock pot your grandmother used to use? That's random, but yeah, I love using it. It makes me feel connected to her. I actually ditched my slow cooker altogether when I learned almost all of them leach lead, especially the older models like the ones grandmothers used to use. And for heaven's sake, could you please stop serving me from these lead-laden toxic stoneware mugs? Well, that was hurtful. What's wrong? You look upset. You know, I'm not great. I just went to the store. Things are getting wild out there. Oh, how often do you go to the store? Probably once a week. But our grocery bill is just outrageous. I just spent over $300 and my cart was barely full. Haven't you noticed the same? Oh, I don't really go to the store anymore. We basically eat entirely out of our larder. Larder? What is this, 1880? Call it what it is, a pantry. We haven't been to the store in over a year. We order some grains from Azure Standard. We support local farmers by buying organic pastured meats. And of course we have all of our vegetables that I've grown, canned, and frozen all by myself. Well, in my opinion, there's just nothing better than biting into a fresh, crisp apple right from the store. You know that apple was probably picked before my apples, where organic standards are highly questionable. Well, aren't you a peach? Do you grow those too? In fact, I do. I'll bring you a cobbler when it's in season.